Circular Fuels Limited is a facility that is set to transform the sustainable future of the LPG industry and off-grid energy sector. I sat down at the COP28 talks here in Dubai to talk to the CEO of Dimeta, Frankie Ugboma, and Amna Bazanti, Head of Sustainability, ESG and Policy at KEW Technology. COP28 Dubai, a very exciting time. Why are you here and what's your mission?
So firstly to say I've been hugely impressed by the event, and we as Dimeta are here to make sure that the voices of the off-grid energy sector are heard on a global scale. And our mission as an organization is to accelerate the production and use of renewable and recycled carbon dimethyl ether.
Amna, over to you. Any announcements that you're hoping might come out of this week?
Yes, so as an innovative and emerging technology company, firstly, we've been very happy to see the drive for innovation and the need for it and policies to enable that. But we're also very keen to see not just innovation in the R&D stage being supported, but innovation pushed to market and being commercialized. So very keen to see how policies can help influence that positively and help deploy technologies like ours.
Very excited to hear more about exactly what both of you are doing and the collaboration that you have as well together. Let's head on up over to our studio to chat some more. Amna, Frankie, welcome to our studio here. Great to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I wanted to start off with Dimeta, if I may, and I wanted to understand your overarching vision and your contribution to the energy transition.
Yes, so our overarching vision is to assist in the decarbonization of off-grid energy. The off-grid energy sector globally, I think, comprises some 1 billion people who use various fuels for heating and cooking and other applications. And so Dimeta's purpose of accelerating the production and usage of renewable and recycled carbon, DME, which is a sustainable fuel, I think speaks to that section.
So what is DME exactly for people that might not know too much about it? Tell us a little bit more in detail, in sort of layman's terms, as to what exactly it is.
So DME is dimethyl ether, and that's a chemical, and it's a chemical that's been in use for 5 decades or so in the chemicals industry, and serves as an aerosol propellant in the main. But renewable and recycled carbon, DME, is a liquid gas that is produced from sustainable feedstocks such as municipal solid waste or even woody biomass.
And when making DME from waste, the sustainability story is quite strong and the impact of that. So with our technology, for example, or advanced gasification / advanced conversion technology, for every ton of waste that we take in our process, we produce 70% less CO2 per megajoule of product output compared to using that waste, burning it or other pathways. And not only that, but that DME's carbon intensity has also got up to 80% savings, and that's without any carbon capture. When you add carbon capture, you're achieving above 150% CO2 savings, which is quite impactful and will significantly contribute to achieving net zero and beyond.
Why is innovation and sustainability important to you then as well?
So sustainability and innovation is actually at the heart of what KEW does, how it does it, and what we're here to do and deliver. Our mission is to deliver a world beyond fossil fuels. And how we're aiming to do that is through addressing 2 of climate change's biggest challenges: waste on the other hand, on one hand, and how we manage that sustainably, and energy on the other side, and how we use waste to create energy sustainably. And so the way we do that is with our technology. So we take wastes and low-grade biomass feedstocks, all the way from household waste to municipal waste, from commercial and industrial purposes, all the way to hospital waste, or even agricultural residues, forestry residues. And what our technology does is think of it like a black box: waste in, advanced molecules out, and then we can use those molecules to upgrade them into DME for off-grid energy purposes or cooking fuel purposes, or into hydrogen for industry and transport purposes, or other, chemicals and fuels to replace fossil fuels, and all of that from waste.
Very impressive indeed. There must be a lot of competition out there. So what makes you stand out from the others then? What makes you an industry leader?
So what makes us as Q an industry leader, I would say, is as an innovative and emerging technology company, we've leveraged decades of experience, over 30 years within our core management team, and also over 10 years of Q being in the making. Combining those two together, we've been able to leverage corporate backings such as Dimethyl, and also government backing such as UK government, who've played an important part in our journey. And combining all of that together, we've been able to demonstrate our core technology at commercial scale in the UK, our Sustainable Energy Centre in the Midlands. And with complex technologies like ours, with chemical processes, bringing the waste equipment together with oil and gas equipment, you really need to have a real life demonstration. And the fact that we have a facility like that demonstrates the core technology, brings it from paper to real life, is, I think, very important, and one of the key reasons of why we're here today.
Let's talk more about this very exciting partnership, Circular Fuels Limited, between both of you, between KEW Technology and, of course, Dimeta. How has this been brought about? And tell us more about, the collaboration on one hand, and also on the other hand, the importance of collaboration going forward when it comes to the energy transition.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That partnership came about because we were very impressed with the technology platform that Q had developed. And particularly the important aspect of that was the sustainability angle, the ability to leverage the use of waste and convert that into a sustainable liquid gas. And so we expanded and we built on that partnership by firstly funding the development of a demonstrator facility, a demonstration plant that will produce some 5 tons per day of renewable and recycled carbon, DME, all from municipal solid waste. And then building on that, we will scale up into a commercial plant that we're developing in the northeast of England, that we envisage will produce some 50,000 tons per annum of renewable and recycled carbon, DME, from around 250,000 tons of waste.
So what does this collaboration mean for KEW Technology then?
So I think this collaboration means a lot. The backing and support from Dimeta, both in demonstrating the end-to-end waste to DME process at our existing facility, and how that acts as a precursor to the Northeast facility in Teesside, is very important. I've already talked about the need to have real-life demonstration, and having Dimeta's funding and partnership enable that has been, tremendously helpful for a technology company like ours. And let's just say it's not cheap either, and it's challenging in terms of mentality as well, but we've been able to work quite well together to achieve that. And I think what that all, Frankie's perfectly covered, the impact it has and how DME is a great molecule. I'd also like to major on the point about the waste side. We're not only replacing fossil fuels with DME from waste, but we're also helping abate waste emissions. Waste contributes to over 10% of methane global emissions, which everyone knows, and the first 20 years of that being emitted has very harmful impacts on the environment, 80 times more that of CO2 as well. So we're not only delivering a solution for off-grid energy and for hard-to-abate industries, if we use that technology for hydrogen and other transport fuels, but we're also addressing the waste problem and the waste challenge and abating that sector. And we can only do that by working with corporates like Dimeta or feedstock suppliers like Suez, and funders that are ready to take the leap of faith and turn innovation from being an innovation to a commercial product.
So how far into this collaboration and partnership are you, and at what stage of rollout are you as well?
So we are at the stage of having a demonstrator plant working sometime in next year, so 2024. And from then we would then proceed with the full-scale development of the commercial plant in Teesside. So demonstration of an end-to-end solution, certainly by next year.
So we've got a very impressive collaboration here, some very innovative technology. So what are we looking at in terms of a global scale? when it comes to rolling this out? And which markets are you looking at as well?
So for us, well, I'll take a step back, and the global off-grid energy segment is comprised of some 1 billion people. And if we look at the EU alone, some 40 million households exist off-grid. So that is then to say they are not connected to a mains gas grid. If we look at globally, there is also the question of the generation of municipal solid waste, some 3.4 billion metric tons of which will be produced in 2050. And according to the World Bank, 2/3 of that will end up in landfill. So we, as Dimeta, we want to address the challenges that these off-grid sectors face with respect to decarbonizing, and we can do that by rolling out waste to DME liquid gas into these sectors.
And on the technology side, we've decided to prioritize waste to DME molecules as our first market because of the existing demand, but also the immediate impact that we can see well before 2050, 2040, and before even 2030. And we're also looking at, wherever there's waste, wherever there's an energy demand, there's a home for our technology. So we're looking at the UK and European market to begin with, but in parallel already developing solutions, for example, for sub-Saharan Africa, starting with Kenya, where waste management infrastructure isn't even in place. So we're all about the impact, and we're not only about, picking the less challenging geographies, but also going straight to the more challenging ones, and not only delivering environmental impact, but also social change, impact and value as well on a global scale.
I also wanted to add something on global collaboration, because what's important to understand is we as Dimeta, we cannot exist without partnerships such as the one we've built with KEW Technology. And if we look at the energy transition, this is a challenge that is complex, and it's one that requires collaboration across the whole value chain between different industry players. And that's why we're here at COP28, because we want to build on partnerships that we've built successfully with KEW Technology and find other partners that allow us to achieve our objectives.
Likewise, feedstock suppliers, energy off-takers, anyone looking for a solution like ours, we're very keen to engage and talk about deploying projects and delivering impact and delivering a world beyond fossil fuels together, from funding to partnerships.
Some revolutionary technology there, a really fantastic partnership as well. Thank you so much for sharing with us, and all the best with it.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.